It is I. It's the Kid Ego, man. What's cracking? We're not done. We ain't done at all, man. Let's talk. We in here, gang gang. Back in the hotel room. Because we got work to do. Shout out to the 24/7 Starbucks. We're not done. We still up, man. We don't sleep. All we do is eat. Okay. I'm dropping content right now. Make sure you guys check it out. Yeah. Wow, what a fight week, man. It was a good fight week. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, but after being on the road in Nebraska for Crawford and Dongo Undisputed and another historic type fight, Floyd's 50th fight, Conor McGregor, we just seen the ending, and it's gonna be great to go back. I was gonna actually stay because I know some fighters out here, but I gotta go home, man. Like, it's gonna feel good. I've literally, in the last 2 weeks, I've been in my bed one time, and that's not enough. Even though it's on the West Coast still, the Nebraska wasn't, so there's a time zone different. I gotta go home, man. I gotta recharge. I like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed myself for both fights. We working. This shit is real life out here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'm staying up late for y'all. Yeah. Is the stream coming in good for y'all? Because the chat's all messed up. Can y'all see the chat fine? Man, see, and so, for whatever reason, I notice a pattern. It seems like with African American fighters, particularly, there seems to be always some type of stipulation. Blame the ref. Tony Weeks is flat top. It was a fixed fight. It was boring. This person ran. We're not doing that. Conor McGregor didn't even do that. Shout out to Conor, man. He's a true Irish. I think he represented Ireland well. Like, he's still an entertainer. He's still a fighter. He took a chance and risked it all. But this was exactly what I thought would happen, to be honest. We working. This is like literally exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everyone's asleep. We should have more people in the chat. I know it's late, but this boxing shit don't stop. Y'all tired? Y'all tired? Y'all get tired? We don't get tired. We just work, man. We get money. We work. We take care of our families. We working, man. Hold on. Damn, that's a crazy shot. This fight went, listen to me. This fight went exactly how I thought. If you guys watch, shout out to Holland. If you guys listen to my live streams, which you should, I told you exactly what rounds I thought it would end. I posted this on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram too, at Boxingego. You see, these are two separate texts from people that hit me, the people I know personally. One is my writer. You can ask him. He's on Instagram. His name is Bakari. Shout out to my dude Bakari holding it down. But it says, this is somebody else. This is a girl I know. I used to mess with. Not that y'all care. But I just bet on the fight. What are your predictions? Floyd TKO rounds 8 through 10. And she said I bet on McGregor. Right? She doesn't really watch boxing like that. And then I asked Bakari, I said, what's your fight prediction? My writer, boxingego.com. What's your fight prediction? And he told me his. And I said Floyd's round 8 through 10, just like I said to the girl, kept it consistent. And I said Conor fatiguing, and you see like the timestamp, this was before 7:05, but that's the last text, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said 7:05. But if I push this to the left on the iPhone, you'll see this was before that. I said Floyd's round 8 through 10, Conor fatiguing last round 6, getting overwhelmed and frustrated, which honestly is exactly what happened. To me, that's what I seen. And I think it was actually maybe a little bit earlier. Round 5. Round 5. Conor's, that's where the fight started getting. Just what I told you in the live stream. See, this was, I got some exclusive stuff with like behind the scenes stuff with Conor. I shot this. Hey, Conor's real though. Conor's a real. I give him that. He's a real solid dude. Conor he came like, I think he was drunk or buzzing. I don't know. I can't say drunk. I don't know another man's tolerance with the alcohol, but he had a couple to drink or something to drink. He literally brought his drink to the press conference, and then I was right next to him. I asked him. I said, when's your whiskey drop? And he says, here. And he handed me, no hesitation, handed me his cup that he was sipping off of and said, try it. Just take a sip. Don't drink all my shit. And then I got it all on tape, so you guys will see the video on the channel. So that was a fun moment for me or whatever, being next to Conor, and he said that. Conor was very humble in defeat. He's a good fighter still. It's just, this is what I expected. This is exactly what I expected. And he said it post-fight, man, can y'all hear this stream? Because this shit is not, the chat's not even scrolling up. Man, YouTube gotta fix this fucking chat shit. I can't even read it. I can't even like see. It's like this shit is pissing me off because I can't. It's like not. It's making it hard to interact because the chat's coming through choppy. Like a lot of people keep asking me this. Conor didn't do better than I thought. This is exactly what I thought. This is like almost verbatim. Because, see, the thing, Max Kellerman is saying crazy. See, listen to me. Like, you guys got to really listen to the shit that I be saying. I don't know everything. I'm not always right. We working, definitely. I'm not always right. But I guarantee you I am more accurate than I am inaccurate when it comes to, if you look at my track record, at least up until this point of filming of this video. And see, this is the thing. People have biases and opinions. Like Max Kellerman, he works for ESPN, which they shit on Floyd often. Dan Rayfield, all them motherfuckers. He works for HBO, which shits on look at Jim Lampley, shits on Floyd, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's like people have these connections in this pissing contest, so they don't really break shit down. They use a lot of internal biases, a lot of internal biases. And that's like, to say that Floyd, off of a 2-year layoff, being shorter, having the shorter arms, being 40 years old, being in there with a guy who is a professional fighter. We gotta remember, Conor McGregor is a fighter at the end of the day. So it's not like, so he could fight, he fights for a living, and like he says, like, I come from a more ruthless version. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he's coming from a more ruthless spot. Shout out to the super chat, Alex Lugo, $5. Thank you for the donation. Do the shmoney dance. People are still giving Mayweather shit. Americans fans suck, period. Man, we're done with that, because like I said in January, it's going to be a bad year for a lot of y'all, and that's what it is. And I'm going to keep breaking it down and letting you know why I think that. But see, people keep saying, oh, Conor did better than I thought. He didn't do better than I thought. I knew it was going to be like this. You gotta be able to break it down. People like Max Kellerman, when I was first coming up in the game, I really respected Max's insight, and I would say at that time, I found myself agreeing with Max Kellerman more often than not. But these days, Max Kellerman seems more of a company man, where it's like hit or miss. He might say something I agree with, but there's a lot he's saying now that I don't agree with. Like when Mayweather beat Pacquiao, at first he was kind of saying, hey, us at ringside, we all had you losing. And he was kind of being a straight shooter. And it's like the pressure got to Max Kellerman from Pacquiao fans or whatever, who were saying, yo, you put him on the spot, you were treating him rude after he lost to Mayweather. And then like the next time when they re-aired it and they were talking about it, he was making excuses, Pacquiao's shoulder and stuff like that. So people like Max Kellerman, like I'm not trying to throw shade, but I can't always agree, because it sounds like there's an agenda there. You know what I'm saying? Just like Lomachenko being #1 pound for pound, it sounds like an agenda there. And Conor didn't do better than I thought, to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there are subtle shades of something like, but if you really watch Conor McGregor, like, this is how he fights. He's a good counter puncher. Look at Jose Aldo fight. Jose Aldo was kind of like spilling forward, and Conor, bow, hit him with the, I'm not left-handed, so I used the wrong hand, but he was like, bow, and hit him and knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? I think Conor had a very solid jab. That was pretty impressive. He was shooting the uppercut, but he does that in the UFC. He's a known striker. So, I think Conor did pretty much what I expected. And this was the type of puzzle I expected it to be. But people like I said, Max Kellerman, he's telling you that Conor's not going to land one punch. That's just not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Not realistic when he's that fucking big, when he probably has some power in eights, you know what I mean? Because his 4-ounce gloves, he was knocking people out in the UFC, right? And he's taller than Floyd, longer reach than Floyd, and he's a southpaw. So, and Floyd's 40. So, to say he's not going to land one thing when he was landing on Paulie at will, at least from the clips we're seeing, he was bow. Paulie's shit kept going back, and you got to look at it. Even with the Paulie shit, I still think they should release like a continuous amount of footage instead of like edits and different angles and shit. However, if you were like not getting dogged or whatever in the sparring session, they're not gonna have that much footage of your head getting snapped back with the same punch. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say Errol Spence went to the doghouse and sparred some guy named Keith. You know what I'm saying? Keith Jenkins. And he wasn't getting touched up, and it wasn't that competitive. No matter who had the tape and how much, you know what I'm saying? No matter who had the tape, there's only going to be so much show of Errol Spence getting blasted with the same punch if the sparring wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. But, you know, this was really what I expected. Really what I expected. Like, people Conor said this post-fight, and all that stuff's coming on the channel. He was just saying I was really blown away by how I was being disrespected in there. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, I'm a 2-weight division champion. I'm still a fighter. It wasn't a lame fight. I enjoyed it. I thought it was enjoyable. Fight probably because Conor didn't win, and that's what you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But it's a new era. All that dumb shit y'all say in the comment section, and that's done for. You know what I mean? Making excuses. I can, man, if I might even do this because I get back in town tomorrow. So depending on how I feel, I still got Monday mail day, so I don't know. But I could put a compilation of all the people, both on camera and sent me messages and shit, that were talking about 49-1. I bounce heads off canvases. So I'm not trying to hear no bullshit now when it didn't pan out. That's the chicken shit way out. Just admit that your person didn't come through in the end, gassed out like I told you he was gonna gas out, and he fought a valiant fight. He did some tricky stuff in there, like, and then it is what it is. People always come up with all these chicken shit excuses. Oh, Ward Kovalev. No, he didn't. No, it doesn't work like that. Just on to the next one. See, now this is the good thing. Floyd, I really think he is retired. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's coming back. I think he's really going to retire, focus on his business endeavors, focus on Mayweather Promotions, and he wants to be a trainer, stuff like that. I think he's going to focus on those things. And Conor's still 29. If he can get past this mentally, which he should be able to. Like, to me, I think Kovalev's lost award is going to be harder because they're in the same sport. They're in the same exact sport, and you were supposed to be the crusher, and you talked a lot of shit. Conor talked a lot of shit also, but everybody knows, I told you, he always has that scapegoat of saying, hey, I wasn't able to use all my weapons. You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't be. If I was Conor, I would hold my head high. You know what I mean? You were in there for 10 rounds with TBE, and you held your own much you could. You made for a fun fight. You made a career high payday that you would never get in the UFC, right? And one of them UFC dudes, you know what I'm saying, depending on who it is, they might kick you in the fucking head or like choke you out, you know what I'm saying? So those are embarrassing ways to go out too. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, Robert Byrd, I think he could have did a lot better. Like, there was one sequence where Conor McGregor was like taking his back, like he was just too used to the MMA shit, and he was getting behind Floyd, and he was like hitting him in, like, literally when he was behind. It was really weird to me. And Robert Byrd was just like, it's like, I feel like some people can't be in the public eye. Like I said, like Max Kellerman, he was saying during the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, he was like, oh, we had you losing, Pacquiao. And then people started bashing Max Kellerman, just like when Tim Bradley beat Pacquiao. People got mad at that. And then Max Kellerman started coming back. It's like he was trying to make it up to the Pacquiao fans. Like, for me, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all are saying in the comment section. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like that. Like, I don't care about constructive criticism or like real feedback and stuff. But I'm saying, going to change what I feel and what I really feel I saw in the bottom of my heart of all hearts, because you guys are upset that I'm saying something that I know or that I feel in my heart is true. That's not how I operate. But it's like Robert Byrd, you know what I mean? People criticize Kenny Bayless and different refs in Mayweather fight, like, oh, he's helping Mayweather and stuff. So it's like he was trying to, like, not make himself known to the point where, like, there's some stuff you have to take control as a ref. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of Mayweather's fights, people saying the ref protects him, but the ref wasn't really protecting him in this fight at all. You know what I mean? The ref was actually allowing some shit that he probably shouldn't. To be honest, it got to a point with the rabbit punches, another Jack Reese or somebody, they probably would have taken a point, or they could have taken a point. You know what I'm saying? There was some rabbit punching, getting behind Floyd and like trying to hit him, like literally behind him. Like when Broner started like dry humping Maidana, like that type of stuff. He was in that type of position. But one thing we're not gonna do is make excuses, because I like, listen, I wrote some of them out on my Instagram. Okay, so I wrote this on my, I said, why don't y'all want to listen to Ego Stradamus? I don't want to hear shit about we all knew, like we all knew Floyd was gonna win, because y'all didn't know shit. Y'all was saying Floyd's head is too small. Conor takes shin bones to the head and kicks. Conor bounces heads off canvases. Conor on some Bruce Lee shit. Mayweather got brittle hands. He's pillow fisted. He can't read. He's on a 2-year layoff. Brendan Schaub said this. He's y'all was painting y'all bodies with the Irish flag colors, wearing 49-1 shirts. Silence, 50-0. And that's what it is, straight up. Like, a lot of y'all trying to play this game, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that, because if it was like everybody wants to act like they knew after we already have a verdict rendered, after there's an outcome. It doesn't work like that. You got to get on wax. If you knew, that's like, let's say y'all pay me money and I'm a fortune teller and I wait for some shit to happen, then I call you and tell you what's gonna happen. I'm like, you come to me on a Saturday and I'm supposed to read your fortune. I don't tell you shit about your fortune, and then on Monday you get in a car accident, and then I call you on Monday after it happens, and I'm like, hey, you get in a car accident. It don't work like that. If you knew then you should have said something beforehand. And a lot of y'all was like, oh, 49-1 and this and that. And now all of a sudden you trying to act like you knew. Some of y'all knew, but a lot of y'all didn't. Y'all was saying Conor takes shin bones, Floyd's brittle. Who's he knocked out? He ain't had a knockout since 1999, which is a lie, because y'all want to act like Victor Ortiz didn't get knocked out just because you didn't like how he got knocked out, right? Oh, he hasn't had a knockout since Ricky Hatton, and you know what I'm saying, this and that. No, it's not how it works. Don't try to act like you knew now. But for me, I did know, and I told you, and I've done live streams. You guys can trace the track record. This is what I expected. Like I said, Conor would fight valiant. He's awkward. Like, I mean, even in round one, he came out awkward. He was doing some shit with his feet where he was like switching stances. And there was one sequence, I don't even remember what round it was. There was a sequence where maybe Floyd was kind of out of position, and Conor like sped up and ran towards him and like threw a shot. So he was trying to do some of that. I'm on some Bruce Lee shit. He was really trying to. So I give him credit for that. I mean, to be honest, you know what the funny thing is? Maybe this is how Floyd fought the fight or whatever. Maybe he didn't respect Conor's skill. I don't know. But I'm just saying, off of the fight we seen, this was more competitive than Pacquiao, definitely, and more competitive than Canelo. So I don't know. I don't know how much of that was Conor, Floyd. I really think, to me, I think Floyd carried Conor a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really wasn't even throwing zero offense in the first 3 rounds. So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if his age really caught up to him like that. I don't know if it was him trying to carry Conor. No, Pacquiao did not do better than fucking Conor McGregor. So, you mean to tell me Pacquiao won more? I don't care if he went the distance. Like, anybody could go the distance if you're not willing to go for broke. Did better because he actually won more rounds than Pacquiao. What rounds did you give Pacquiao? Round 4? What did Pacquiao do? Pacquiao didn't do shit. Pacquiao landed 7. See, y'all don't know shit. Because Pacquiao landed 71 punches. Conor McGregor in 10 rounds, even getting stopped, landed more. Dana White brought this up. CompuBox numbers. He landed more than majority of Floyd's last 5 fights. I think he said that went 12 rounds. Conor landed more. He landed 100 and something. Landed more than Pacquiao. He did better than Pacquiao. I don't care what y'all talking about. He was actually making it exciting. Pacquiao got shell shocked in there when he was in there with that Mayweather right. Pacquiao didn't do shit. And see, this is the thing. It shouldn't even be. Pacquiao should have blown Mayweather out. I thought that's what y'all said. You said he was going to knock him out. You know what I mean? Pacquiao's a way more experienced boxing southpaw, so it shouldn't have even been a contest. Pacquiao should have easily won more rounds, but he didn't. But I think Floyd carried him. Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't even really letting any offense off in the first 3 rounds. You know what I mean? And I think he had to kind of carry him, which was kind of risky because Conor wasn't out there trying to. He's not. You know what I mean? He wasn't fighting like he was being carried. He was you know what I mean? He's trying to do work. You know what I mean? So that's still dangerous, even if you think your level's above a guy, because there was a couple moments, like in the first round, Floyd came in and Conor landed a nasty ass uppercut on Floyd, and Floyd, I could tell he bit down, like looked like he bit down on the mouthpiece. You know what I mean? I'm sure he felt that. Uppercuts are nasty. Mike Tyson's one of my favorite uppercut artists, but I'm sure he felt that because he wasn't expecting it, and those are the worst punches, the punches you don't see. So I give credit to Conor. His jab was better than a lot of people thought it would be. You know what I mean? I didn't know his jab would actually be good. He did some good body work in spots, and that uppercut in round 1 was nasty. Hold on, okay, yo. All right. So yeah, I mean, this is really what I expected. I do think him a little. You know what I'm saying? And see, another reason why he didn't do better to me than Pacquiao is, another reason why Pacquiao didn't do better is because I really sense that Conor, and this is how it goes. It's like Terrence Crawford versus Julius Ndongo. Yeah, you could say he got knocked out in the third round, but who was really trying to get to Terrence Crawford and really trying to win? Victor Postal or Julius Ndongo? Julius Ndongo, even though, like I said, he got knocked out in the third round, he was at least trying to make things go his way. And that's one of the risks you run. You run the risk of getting knocked out. But Victor Postal fought him scared. So as a result, it went 12. And you can say, oh, I made it a distance. But like I said, anybody can kind of make it to the distance if you're at a certain level. You know what I mean? If you're like a good fighter at a certain level, if you don't take any chances, you know what I'm saying, and you're not really doing anything, yeah, you can make it the distance. Conor didn't do that. Conor gave it everything he had, you know what I'm saying? Limited experience. He was coming in there to win. He kept switching stances. He was awkward and unorthodox. He was shooting the jab. He was throwing some body shots. Even though he did some rabbit punching and got Floyd's back and started hitting him and stuff like that. He was doing some little stuff like that. But he was at least trying. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear the stream? See, this is the thing. I told people too. Boxers, oh my gosh. I feel like I was super right with this prediction. And this is really, if you guys listen to the thing, you know what I'm saying? If you guys what I was saying, you'll know exactly points I'm talking about. For example, one of the things I said on this live stream talking about this fight was Conor keeps bringing up the fact that